Let's continue our look at the markets and names to watch. Andrew Ahrens is with us, founder and partner of Synergy Advisory Management Group. Thank you for being here. How are you feeling about the market today?
No, I'm feeling pretty good, right? We're having a 6-day up here again today. Let's see what happens. We had a rough patch a little bit in the last month or so, but markets don't go straight up, and the market pulled back, and a little pullback was pretty healthy for the market, in my opinion, and it was something that I was kind of looking for. And a lot of these companies, a lot of these tech stocks came out with pretty good earnings, and I continue to think that a lot of these technology stocks will continue to do pretty well through the rest of the year. I think we're going to see, somewhat of a rotation a little bit here towards value and some dividend plays. And I think that interest rates we'll have a couple of interest rates, moves that are going to go to the lower side. So we'll see what happens.
Right, right. So the Fed will still cut, you think?
The Fed will
and
cut.
It sounds like you're leaning towards maybe 2 cuts.
I think we're going to see probably 2, yeah.
All right. So we have different types of stocks that you're watching. And in this case, when you look at Whirlpool, you think of it as a contrarian and a dividend play. Why?
Right. I mean, I think right now Whirlpool may be really lined up for a good move. The stock has really lost a lot of value. It's down over 50% since 2021. As interest rates were going up, it was hurting the hurting retail sales a little bit with regards to appliances and discretionary purchases, and new homes weren't being bought as much, and with high mortgage rates. And I think that could all change, and the picture could look very different maybe 6 months from now. So I'm getting ready to watch at Whirlpool as it's ticking lower here. It's yielding 7.4%. I think that's going to be a very attractive yield for people when interest rates start being cut. And I think that this stock will have some momentum, and I think you'll start to see some money move into Whirlpool as a good dividend play. Obviously, I know it's a contrarian play here.
It's interesting because I spoke to the CEO of Pulte Group, and he said as people are buying up all those new homes, they create a spec and then people jump in and they want it, And all of the Pulte homes are actually made with Whirlpool appliances. That's what he said. Right? Yeah. So that's good news for Whirlpool too.
Yeah, I mean, they're also having some cost-cutting measures. They just laid off a bunch of people there. They're going to looking to save $300 to $400 million. So this stock could move quite a bit higher. I wouldn't be surprised to see this stock. When I make my picks, I always say I like to see a 20% move. So I would expect to see a 20% move. Up, and it could possibly happen by year end.
And Amazon too, you think could have a 20% move to the upside. Why is that?
Yeah, well, Amazon's kind of hitting on all cylinders right now. They came out with their, earnings report. Everything looks good for them right now. They've had a lot of cost cutting, and I like to look at companies that are trying to, cost cut. Usually, you start to see a couple quarters later, the stock do very well, and that's what Amazon did. In their advertising and web services, our earnings came in extremely well. And, like I said, we're going to then be going into, at the end of the year, we'll be going into Christmas, and, Amazon's doing very well as a retailer as well. And I think that you're going to see Amazon up towards the end of the year quite a bit.
So this is your favorite of the Mag 7. I guess what would be your second or third favorite?
I would say that right now that Amazon would be the favorite right now. I mean, I still like Meta quite a bit, and I think Meta will be the ultimate winner here.
How so, and why? What's going to drive Meta?
Well, Well, so their ad revenues and everything, they're just doing extremely well. They're coming out with new AI, and I really think they're going to be one of the leaders, and I think that's going to spur the company forward quite a bit. I don't think we've seen a lot of their product yet, and we're going to start to see that
Yeah.
probably next year.
So, what about the concept of EVs? I mean, we're going to be talking about this throughout the show, but because Tesla's in the news and now you have regulators really looking at securities and wire fraud for Tesla. In the meantime, we had big news here that they have now been trying to work with a LiDAR company, LAZR, and that LiDAR company is up over 20% today. When you see a name like Tesla that's down to 174, let's say, from 300 bucks, do you say that's an opportunity, or do you still sort of stay away from that?
Well, I have not been a huge Tesla fan for a while. You haven't heard me come on and say I recommend Tesla. I basically have called it a very speculative play, and I think there's going to be further downside here to Tesla. Could it move quite a bit higher? In the next 3 years or so, yes. But if you look what happened over the last three, it's been a down market. There's going to be a lot of competition, in my opinion. And I don't know. I don't know. Are people really buying EVs here in the U.S.?
Right. I don't know. I don't really know a lot of people who have EVs, but what do I know? I think New Yorkers and people from Long Island, they're a different breed. I don't know. I think there's a land of something different here. I don't know. So I don't know what everybody's doing.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I think sales are right now a little bit disappointing.
How about last but not least, when you take a look at like the Uber Lyft story or those kinds of things?
Yeah, no, Uber, I think is a great company. Lyft, I think these stocks are going to continue to do well. My preference is Uber in the space, but I think Uber should do quite well going forward.
Yeah, and Uber's down 8.5% today, so I mean, you get it at a cheaper price, at least for today.
Sometimes these stocks, if they don't hit on all their earnings, they do get a hit, and they give you a good chance to enter. But I think Uber could be a good play going forward long term.
Andrew, thank you so much. Andrew Ahrens, Synergy Advisory Management Group. Thank you.